said, "Are you ready?" Right? And I was like, "Ready for what?" Right? Again, "Are you ready?" And that's when I knew, are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to make changes? Are you ready to change the patterns? You know what you've done wrong. You know everything that you are. What are you going to do now? Not in those words. It's like telepathic. If you've ever watched documentaries on aliens and you know how they're telepathic, where you hear stories of people being taken away, and it was like telepathic. So right when I said, yes, I'm sure, right? I was invited closer. So I was in all white. And I started like weeping, but not weeping, but made a decision more. It was more of a decision without crying, without tears. But I felt like in my vessel, I'd be weeping at this point. So it was such a heartfelt, compassionate love feeling. All I felt was love and compassion and forgiveness. And no matter what I did, no matter what I've done in life, I was forgiven. It was like this utmost respect. You feel like, oh my God, like I've done so wrong. How can you look at me and just forgive me? So,
Well, it's interesting. I mean, you were asked the question, which forced you to have to consciously understand whether you were going to change or not. And it's like as soon as you made that decision, then you were immediately like forgiven of that. You know, it's interesting how.
I was forgiven before. So
Oh, okay.
it was overwhelming. Yeah. So one thing with Source, you're already forgiven. We have to come to an understanding that we have so much power. Are we going to take advantage of it and do bad? We'll still be forgiven. Or are we going to do something with it, become better?
Mm-hmm.
We have all this power to decide like our lives, right? No matter what's going to happen, you're going to leave this world, but you'll be forgiven.
Yeah.
Right? As a spirit, and then you're done with that body. You fucked up in this life, whatever, but you're forgiven. Now you come back. You come back to Source.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my analogy on it and my interpretation, but that's really what I feel, and I know what it is. I know the answer to that. That's exactly what it is.
For sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, go on. Yep.
So then I was invited, and before it said, before I'm going to send you back, I want you to be sure. And I said, I'm sure. Because I decided, I had a decision to say, I'm done with that body, I'm done with that life, but I have more to do. And I was not done, I was not ready, I had more to do. So right there and then, the same way I came there, I went back. So I went back, sucked back all the way till I came into this space, our space, down to our planet, seen the hospital, back, went like this. So I was laying and laid onto my body. And right when that happened, my body went upright like this. And that's when my mom unplugged me. So it all happened in that time frame.
That's incredible. That's a really seriously incredible experience to have. So coming back to the question with that experience, I'm guessing that experience was like literally like a switch going off in your life, or a life-changing moment, literally. Like so the question was about, you know, what's your like life been up to this point? And you were just saying earlier that
I remember
that you in the story that, you know, you're not a person that you're proud of, right? Like essentially is kind of what you were saying. But
the funny thing is, Josiah, I'm sorry, because I know you want to have a conclusion answer to that, but if I tell you right now that wasn't it, I had to tell you that to understand this.
Okay, cool.
I came back, started living my life. I let go of all my friends, like 2,000 people off Facebook, deleted Facebook, deleted everything, forgot about my family, forgot about my friends. No friend came to see me when I was on life support. So I cut everybody off. The same people that I was partying with and hanging out with and drinking with the night of, nobody came and saw me. The same people that were my friends, that I thought were my friends. So
That's brutal.
yeah, they were, yeah. So anyways, so I made mistakes afterwards. Yeah, I drank. I was driving on the highway, and you know what God did to me? Started making me black out. So every time I would drink even 2 beers or 3 beers or whatever, I blacked out. So I was driving on the highway after a party I got invited to from a college friend, because I went back to college. I made a drastic decision. I went back to college. I went back to the gym. I started pumping iron, started taking care of my health, taking initiative, taking proactive action towards my life. But I made mistakes. Girls suckered me in. I started hanging out with girls, started becoming part of this vessel again, started becoming part of this brain again, this reptilian brain, making bad decisions, you know? Okay, yeah, this girl's calling me over. Okay, sure. Want some drinks? Okay, let's go to this party. Drive home, blackout on the highway, but my keys were out of the ignition. So when the police came after 50 minutes of me being blacked out on the highway at the light on 16th, the police knocked on the door and said, I would arrest you right now, but your keys are on the passenger seat. I don't know how that happened. Did you intentionally decide to fall asleep here and take a nap? But get out of the car, walk home, I'm taking your car. That was another lesson. God forgave me again. And so instances happen in your life, and these are the whispers that we take advantage of our entire life, is what I'm trying to get to. We all have these opportunities from source to change our lives. What whispers are you listening to? So even though I died and came back, it wasn't enough. It's a daily practice. Meditation, yoga, lifestyle change, optimization, whatever, mindfulness. It's a life transition. It's a new being. You're becoming. We're unfolding. So don't set yourself back too far, but don't go backwards too far either.
Mm-hmm. No,
just keep moving forward, right? So that's to answer your question. Is it's progress now for the past 10 years of dedication and failures and mistakes. So don't worry about the mistakes. I make mistakes. I'm in a vessel. We're in these brains, but we have a spirit that can't really control our lives. We're in control of our lives.
Yeah.
So we have to, if we get in a fight with our spouse, we have to fix ourselves.
Yeah.
If we make a mistake, if we get in an accident, we drink, we have to fix ourselves and get better and better and better, right? So I hope people kind of grasp that.
That's a really cool perspective. Yeah. I grasp that exactly what you're saying. That makes perfect sense. And to human is to error is what I always say. So it's like, no matter how much I'm looking to perfect myself, I know that I error, and it's like, okay, well, what did I learn from that? And and it's not my spirit necessarily that's needing to learn. It's my subconscious of my brain, right? Like, and trying to reprogram that thing with the intentions our spirit has for us. That's the way I see it, for myself. But,
for what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Good job.
Exactly. That's crazy. That's a really good answer to that question. So where did you find the point in your life when you decided to persevere rather than continue struggling?
So that's kind of repetitive here, but it's now, after solidifying and being awoke and realizing, holy shit, how long do I dwell? How long do I make mistakes? So yeah, you make mistakes, you get better, you change it, but it's a glimpse. But now, do those glimpses? So those glimpses for me now turned into quicker glimpses. You know, I don't need time to reflect on it for too long anymore, or think about it, or think that, oh my God, I need to reprogram my brain so much or this. No, now it's just a conscious awareness that
Yeah.
now I'm working with my consciousness. Now my left brain, right brain, front, everything is all working in sync together. So I do practices, meditation practices to help me get better. And I always ask, what can I do? You know, please help me, guide me, you know, push me to get better, and allow me to listen to the areas that you're pushing me to. Because if you just say guide me, push me, give me reminders, you will get those pushes and those nudges and those reminders, right? So what I say on top of that is, and make me interpret that and listen to those reminders and pushes and
Yeah.
take action and hold myself accountable. So what happens is then it is just better for myself. So this is good for people, right? So this is when I help people, it's very meaningful, and I really impact their lives in such a short period of time. Like I have a handful, I know it sounds like just a handful, but the handful that I've impacted are really, they really have had a near death experience from just the 7 days me working with them. You know, and I tell them, you don't have to have a near death experience to wake up. You don't have to
I was gonna say,
die.
what are you doing? Are you feeding these people purple Kool-Aid or?
No. But do you know what I mean when I said that?
Not really. So how do they near have a death experience, a near death experience?
Because I put them through a reality check. It's like if you are putting me through a reality check on one of your programs, that
Yeah.
you really clear my subconscious mind and awaken my being and make me transformative. You really put me through life and death. Like I learned something new. I'm reborn, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. So it's almost like death to the old self in a sense.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
No, that's really cool.
yeah,
Awesome. So, I feel like that really wraps up that the answer to that question is as to where you decided to start persevering rather than continue struggling. It's you're saying it keeps coming in doses. It's not something that just happened all at once. It's not like a switch or a light bulb went off suddenly. Like
yeah.
something just shifted in your perspective that changed everything.
That was the first bang. And do you want to get a bang from either having your kid taken away from you? Is that your first bang?
Yeah.
Is overdosing your first bang? Is losing your spouse your first bang? Like what's your first bang? You know, like,
Yeah, I know. I
right?
totally
So,
understand. I totally
yeah,
get what you're saying. Like,
yeah,
I've had a lot of quote unquote, bangs where life has hit me so hard, knocked me over, and then I had to come out, thinking with a new perspective and new mindset, and like, all right, well, how am I going to move forward with this? And it's like, yeah, no, I totally get it, and it's not like